I'm Rick with CyberMedics, and we're here today to talk about Protonmail, and in particular, how to send encrypted secure information from Protonmail to non-Protonmail users. So let's get started. In the first part of this video, we're going to give an overview of encryption to include transport layer security encryption and pretty good privacy. Transport layer security, as it says right here on the screen, is used to encrypt messages from mail server to mail server. This prevents a man in the middle from being able to read your messages. The problem with transport layer security, even though all the major mail systems like Gmail, Outlook use this, it does not encrypt messages in the sender or recipient email box. It does not hide messages from the email server, so if your provider wants to snoop on your messages, they can. And when you send it, you're not even sure really whether it was encrypted with transport layer security or not. You're just assuming that it is, right? So there's a better way. And there's the second part of this, like I said, we want to give an overview of pretty good privacy, because this is what Protonmail uses in their system, is pretty good privacy. The first thing I wanted to do is kind of call up this Wikipedia article, because I want to give credit to the man who actually developed this, and that is Phil Zimmerman. This is worth reading. The interesting thing about this, when he created it, is a few years after that, the federal government decided they were going to prosecute him because they wanted to treat his encryption mechanism as a munitions and prosecute him for illegally exporting it. So there's a whole background story to how this all got started, and a lot of credit to this individual who actually propelled modern encryption for the internet to where it is today. So if we're going to talk about pretty good privacy, what we want to do, and I want to give credit to this GPG4Win, it's a good organization for information about how PGP works. This is the simplest explanation I can use to explain pretty good privacy. Let's assume that you have a box, like your email box. And there is this key here, ZU, it's a German word, public key, that anyone can have access to this public key. And they know that it is your personal key to your personal box here. And anyone can open this box. Now, this is the important part, can open the box to put a message in. But they cannot get the message back out once it's sent. So that's the top level key, and that's called a public key in PGP, pretty good privacy. Now you individually have something called a private key. And you always keep your private key private. No one else knows where it is or how to get it. And you, and only you, can open the box to read the messages. Anybody can open the box with the public key to put a message in the box. But once a message is in the box, only you with your private key can open the box and read the message. And in essence, that's what pretty good privacy is. It's a public and private key pair that is issued to you to help protect your information. Now, with Protonmail, all messages in Protonmail are stored with zero access encryption. This means they cannot read your messages because they do not have access to your password on your account, and all of your information has been encrypted, unlike if you put it in Gmail or Yahoo, where it's routinely being scanned and manipulated for marketing purposes. Protonmail provides you complete privacy. Now, the next part of this video, we're going to demonstrate how, if you wanted to send information from your Protonmail account to a non-Protonmail account user, how you would do that. So you sign into your account, and in a previous video, I had demonstrated how you add this authentication through Yubico and the Yubico Authenticator. And once you've added this account, it's going to generate a 6-digit code. This helps secure your account beyond a simple password. And you authenticate. Okay, now that you've authenticated and you want to send a new message to a user, but they're not a Protonmail user, and let's say you have a tax document or you needed to send a password. Just the other day, my wife was not at home and she needed to access one of our financial accounts and she didn't remember the password. And she asked me to send it to her. Well, do you think I'm going to send that through Gmail? No. I went right over here to Protonmail and put in her account, email address. And all you have to do is come down here and hit this little lock key. And what it's going to do is it's going to ask you for a password. And this password can be anything you want, as long as the other person knows it. And my wife and I have a standard password that we know that if we send something that she knows how to unlock it. But if you don't, you'll have to make arrangements how to get that to someone, or you can type in a hint right here that will give them information on what the password is. So whatever information you want to send, you just put it in here. And if you wanted to send an attachment, you just come down here. So the whole message and the attachment will be secured. So we'll send this. Okay, so there we go. There is the message. We open the message. And now you click this. So when you click view message, it's going to take you out of the Gmail servers here. And it's going to put you back in Proton's protected, encrypted environment. It's going to ask you for that password. And you're going to decrypt the message. And it's a session decryption, which basically means it's only for as you're viewing it on the screen. And it says this is the secret. And you click secure reply, and this will go back encrypted also. And you hit send. I want to walk all the way through this process because I want to alert you to the potential pitfall. So we've replied to that. Okay, it doesn't show your reply here, right? Because all it does is show you the original message. So that's the downside of it. Since you're not a Protonmail user, if you had replied to this, you would not know what you had sent. And this is on the Protonmail side where we said, tell me more, right? So on the Protonmail side, you have all the information, the reply, etc. Now, if you want to reply to this message, just like a standard reply, here's the pitfall I was going to tell you about. Okay. Now, if you sent that, that would not be encrypted. So you have to come back down here and encrypt this thing again to be also encrypted. And you'll see this little icon up here so you know it's being encrypted. It says end-to-end encrypted. So now it sent that. Now we can come back down in here. Now you open that up and say view message, decrypt it. And here you have the complete trail, right? This is the secret. Tell me more. Here is the rest. So I hope this helps. Protonmail is a great system to be able to transmit information securely. Ideally, the two people would have both have Protonmail, but hopefully this video will demonstrate how you could send something secure and encrypted, like a tax document or a password, a social security number, etc., without jeopardizing the information and making sure that it was encrypted. This is Rick with CyberMedics. I hope you will consider subscribing. Have a great and wonderful hack-free day.